Today is Friday, January 13th. I'm Liang Huang. This week on Across America. From Las Vegas, more than 100 Chinese enterprises participate in the 2012 International Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas. From Washington, D.C., the World Resources Institute and the National Development and Reform Commission of China hosts a low-carbon development workshop in Washington on January 11th. The Heritage Foundation holds a panel discussion on January 10th to examine both the role the United States will play in the Chinese transition and the role China will play in the American presidential election. From New York, a delegation of Chinese artistic directors, producers, and cultural officials begins an intensive 6-day training program in New York City to learn from Broadway. More than 100 companies from China participated in the 2012 International Consumer Electronics Show from January 10th to 13th in Las Vegas. Among them are big players like Lenovo and Haier. Lenovo debuted more than 20 of its new products at the show. The PC giant has recently become the second largest in the global market and has beefed up its smartphone, pad, and smart TV products. Another reputable China-based company, Haier, said it is relatively new to the U.S. consumer electronics market, but it continues to grow.
We're fairly new to the market with electronics in the U.S., and so we're trying to get that presence out. But we are the official sponsor of the NBA, so trying to get more marketing capabilities and more presence in terms of the brand for the U.S.
The China Council for the Promotion of International Trade came with more than 60 Chinese companies to set up booths at the show. The council organized a forum named An Outlook to China Market Opportunities to discuss the future of the consumer electronics market in China. China Daily Los Angeles Bureau Wang Jun reports.
The World Resources Institute and the National Development and Reform Commission of China hosted a low-carbon development workshop in Washington on Wednesday. The event featured the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding among WRI, NDRC, and the Caterpillar Foundation for cooperation on sustainable urbanization. In December, the Caterpillar Foundation announced a 5-year, 12.5 million grant to WRI to advance environmentally sustainable and livable cities in China, India, and Brazil. Su Wei, China's chief negotiator on climate changes, gave a keynote speech on policies, actions, and the prospects of addressing climate change in China.
Sponsored by the WI and also with financial support from the Caterpillar Foundation. We appreciate that very much. And I think another purpose of our study tour is to also to have the opportunity to talk to people here in the States about the negotiations on climate change internationally, as well as to learn from the various explorations of carbon trading system in the States.
China Daily Washington Bureau Tai Yingzi report.
As both China and United States will face potentially important political transitions in 2012, the Heritage Foundation on Tuesday held a panel discussion to examine both the role the United States will play in Chinese transition and the role China will play in the American presidential election.
What the backdrop is for them among the American people, there was a February poll in Gallup, and it found that by a margin of 52% to 32%, Americans more likely to name China than the U.S. as a leading economic power in the world today. And then looking forward for 20 years, the poll also found a 13-point increase since 2009.
Though American elections often see a round of China bashing, the panelists agree that they do not believe that China or foreign policy will become a central issue. 7 experts on China's security and economic issues participated in the discussion. China Daily Washington Bureau, Tan Yingzi and Sun Peng report.
the new year just approached, a number of Chinese performing arts productions such as the Peony Pavilion were presented to the American audiences. In order to promote exchanges in the cultural industry between China and the U.S., a delegation of Chinese artistic directors, producers, and cultural officials have begun an intensive 6-day training program to better understand the dynamics of the Broadway industry. For the second time since 2009, the Cultural Trade Exchange Program is organized by the Chinese Ministry of Culture with the Nederlander Worldwide Entertainment, a major management company of Broadway theaters based in New York. According to the Broadway League, the official website of the Broadway theater industry, Broadway shows sold over $1 billion worth of tickets to more than 12 million audiences to all over the world in 2010. Winston Wang is the deputy director of the Cultural Exchange Division at China Performing Arts Agency. He said Broadway's successful model in performing arts should be carefully learned by more professionals in the cultural industry from China.
So there is much that we can learn from what our U.S. counterparts are doing in the past over 100 years. So during this exchange program in the past week, so we have learned a lot from the union, budget, casting, everything. The whole process of making a good Broadway show.
The program was held from January 8th to 13th in New York City, where members can also have a taste of classic Broadway shows. Yuhan Liu, China Daily, reporting from New York.